Hey everybody, this is Casey. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you find this video helpful. I want to take a look today at GBPUSD. I want y'all to see what I see. All right, so I'm taking a look at GBPUSD. I'm using Smart Trader platform, and I'll show you throughout some things to help you navigate through it pretty easily. I like this platform because I am a heavily based fib trader. And so it just helps me get through my pairs and looking at them pretty quick. Now I wanted to do this video yesterday, but I had already put out one. GBPUSD, I think, is setting up for a nice little move. So I'm just going to mark it up, share my thoughts about it with you. And I am not a licensed CTA. So you do your own analysis and figure out what you want to do. I'm just going to show you how I approach the market. So for those of you who are new to the channel, I do a multiple time frame analysis on every pair that I trade because the higher time frames control the lower time frames. So I need to know what's going on, where we are, in order to arrive at how I'm gonna move on this trade. So what I go through is I go through each time frame and I look for swing highs and swing lows. And what I've just illustrated on the screen is a swing low. A swing low is a 5 candle formation where you have a low center candle, 2 candles to the left that are higher, and 2 candles to the right that are higher. A swing high is just the inverse. So you've got a high center candle, 2 candles to the left that are lower, and then 2 candles to the right that are lower. So you're probably like, okay, when I find those, then what? Right? So once you find your swing highs and swing lows on each time frame, then that tells you the high probability areas where price has a potential to reverse, what we like to call key areas. And so when we combine that with the Fibonacci, when we combine structure with the Fibonacci, with, trend lines, all of that, then we can kind of come to an idea of what we see price potentially doing. Now, of course, we can't predict the market, but I can make an educated guess based off of things that I see happening and past experience. So what I do on Smart Trader, I'm going to go in and I'm going to show y'all how to do this faster if you don't want to eyeball it, but I suggest that you learn how to do it manually just in case something ever happens and you're not able to use the Smart Trader platform. So I go through and I identify my most significant swing highs and swing lows. Now let me move this. I chose this because I have a low center candle, right? Then I got 2 candles to the left that are higher. Let me zoom in. Then I got 2 candles to the right that are higher. So this is an area I want to pay attention to. And I did from the bottom of the wick of that center candle to the bottom of the next wick in this zone. And I probably could move it up just a tad bit to make sure I include the second candle, but that is a swing low for me, my most significant swing low. Now I am on the monthly, so I'm going to change the color to orange. And then I need to find my most significant swing high. Now, I think we've got a zone going on here because I'm looking back here and my high center candle is right here. So I'm going to draw from here down to the top of the body of this candle right here. That's a zone I want to pay attention to. So I'm going to stretch this across and then boom. Oh, let me stretch it back because I want to remember what I referred to. So cool. We got our most significant high and low on the monthly. So now I'm gonna go down to the weekly and I'm looking for my next high and my low. So we got a low here. We got a swing high here. We got a next low that still falls into this zone, which I'm not interested in because I've already marked that off. And I don't know. I'll mark this off. It's so close, but I'll mark it off. So I'm gonna go ahead from the bottom of the body of the candle to the bottom of the wick. And then I'm going to stretch this across. I'll make it neat in a second. Come on, Smart Trader. All right. And then my color on the weekly is blue. So I'm going to change this to blue. And then I'm looking for my next high. So our highs in this area are already in this zone. So I'm looking for the next high after that. So I got a high, I got a low. This appears to be my next high. Now I didn't show you on the other time frame. If you want to double check that you're choosing the correct support and resistance, they have smart support and smart resistance, which you see here, right? So this area that we chose, it is a level of support. Now I'm gonna take this off because I know where I'm looking. And then I'm gonna choose my smart resistance. And so you see this zone that we chose is already identified. And I looked right here as the next zone, which is fine. So we're headed in the right direction. So I wanna go ahead, I wanna highlight this area as potential resistance. And then I'm gonna go through and let me turn back on smart support. Yeah, so this zone, I wanna identify this, actually not that close. I think I want my zone to be out here further because I'll pick this up on a lower time frame. So I'm gonna turn this off and then I'm gonna go in and we're gonna add this as a level 2 and then stretch that across. And I'll leave it blue because we are still on the weekly. Now I'm gonna drop down to the daily and I'm doing the same thing over again, right? Uh-oh. And a lot of people ask me, like, how do you see what's going on with the candles all smushed up like that? Like, I see the structure and I see what I need to see. So this was our last high. We got a low. Then we touched back in the zone. Then we dropped down. And this can't be considered a high yet because we don't have 5 candles, right? So we only have this high center candle. We do have 2 to the right, but this one right here is still forming. So we won't know until the end of the day today if this is truly going to be a swing high. So I can't count this yet. So the next high would actually be right here. Ooh, that's so tight. And I'm gonna make this red. And then my low, and I'm looking back, I'm looking left. So I actually like this zone. I'm gonna stretch this up just a little and across. So if we look, like this was a level of support, I like this area. All right, so that's what I'm interested in for right now. And then we can double check and see if we get it. Yep, so this area of support, this is the area of support too. Let me see. I might actually go ahead and make this daily. And then I'll make this my 4 hour. So I'm gonna turn, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm chewing on gum being all rude. Let me fix this. Okay, so now I'm going to go down to my 4 hour. And get it so I can see it. And then looking left. I know y'all probably hear it a lot, like look left, you'll figure out what's going on. I still like this. So I'm gonna stretch this across and we will make this 4 hour. 4 hour support. Now I'm gonna use gray for my 4 hour. Right. Gray for my 4 hour. And then I think I'm good for right now. I think I'm good. So, I mean, I could go in for the hour. My buddy Ryan is trying to get me on these lower time frames, and I be trying. I don't know. I got to get used to it. So I'm looking for my next area within this zone. I don't think I want to draw another resistance because we're so close here. But I think I do see a potential level of support right here. And I'm going to stretch this across. And then I'm going to change this to purple because that's my hour. Now, I color code the areas that I draw because sometimes I'll check my charts while I'm out on the go. And I want to quickly be able to see what's going on. So actually, I want to, yeah. I need to stretch this though. It probably don't even need to be that thick. But if I was to go left, so if I was to stretch this across, look, that's the area of support. Support, resistance. So it broke through this level, dropped off, and then fell off the cliff. So I like this for my 1 hour. Excuse me. All right. So now I want to go back up on my higher time frame. And I want to see where we are in the fib sequence. So A, B, 38.2. So we haven't hit the final 618. So what I'm looking at, I just put on, so I'm moving fast, right? So I picked the Smart Fibonacci and I just laid it down on the lowest point and it dropped it on there for me. So I didn't have to figure out how to do it. That's one of the things I like about Smart Trader. And so I'm looking at the swing low, which is A, the swing high, which is B. We got to pull back to the 38.2 and then the matching D extension. So everything that's color coded, you see these are red in between the 23.6, the 38.2, the 50, and the 61.8 are all red. The matching extension is here. So in theory, this means that if price pulls back to one of these levels, these red levels, you would anticipate taking profit at this red level. If it pulled back to the blue, you would anticipate taking profit at the blue. There is a caveat, which you'll probably hear me talk about in some of my other videos. But if we get a shallow retracement at the 23.6, more often than not, we see it stall out at the 118 and the 127 and come back and make a deeper retracement before continuing to that 618D extension. And that is not always, but it's oftentimes we see it happen. Okay, so I see that we hit the 38.2. We didn't hit our D extension. And so price is probably going to correct and then make a push up to hit this. But first we have to break this top here. I would assume this is a long-term play because we are on the monthly. So I'm going to break this down and go down even further. I just like to see where I am in the fib sequence in order to understand what my move has to be. Okay. So we fell short. This is the current fib. We had an A, we had B. Price pulled back to the 618, or no, in between, just before. So the 50% fib line, it pushed up. It tried to make it to this D extension here, but it didn't. So you're looking at 119 pips that it fell short. So I wouldn't be surprised. No, I think what we're probably going to do is see price eventually make its way to this area. But let me go down. So this is a current fib sequence. This gum is getting in the way. I'm sorry. This is the current fib sequence. It has not finished out yet because we have not hit this D extension. And so we're waiting for price to eventually make its way back up, hit that, and then we'll probably see some sort of retracement. So that's the weekly. Let's see the daily. I'm sorry to be smacking in y'all ear. My daddy would kill me if he knew I was on here recording a video, chewing gum. Okay, so my smart fib, let me get rid of this. So I'm gonna have to put this back on here. Let's go down. We're on the daily now, right? And so I'm gonna start my fib. I'm gonna go back, get the smart fib, start it from the lowest point on this time frame just to see where we fall. All right, that's not what I want. Hold on. And let me take that off. Let me try again. All right, there we go. So I had to hit like right below it in order for it to give me what I wanted. And you know, if you go back and you look at this and you see we have our A low, we have our B high, we got a 23.6 pullback. And what did I tell y'all that we typically see? We typically see price stall out at the 118, 127. Sometimes it don't even make it up there, which is what happened here. So we got a deeper pullback to the 38.2, which you see right here. This is our C. And then we would have known, okay, we're bullish up until this level. And you see that price went up into this level before making a shallow retracement. Okay. And so here we kind of got the same thing. So we have an A, our C became our A, right? A, B. We had a shallow retracement, less than a 23.6. Price stalled exactly. Can y'all see that? Let me see if I move over. A, B, less than 23.6 shallow retracement. Price stalled right in between the 118 and the 127. And what did price do? Come back and make a deeper retracement to the 50% fib level here. You would have known you were bullish till you reach this level. We have our A here, our B here. We had that's less than 38.2, I believe. Hold on, y'all. Let me zoom in to see. Let's see. Yeah, that's 26 pips. And then let me go from the bottom here. Yeah, 15. So price didn't hit the 38.2. So we would still classify this as a 23.6 pullback. And so remember what I said, that typically there's not enough momentum to get it to the matching the extension, which is up here. And so we'll see price stall out at the 118,127. This didn't even push up there at all. And then we'll see it come back and make a deeper retracement, which we have right here. So we had the A, we had the B, we had the less than 38.2 pullback at the 23.6. Price didn't even make it up to the 118 or 127. It stalled out. We had a deeper retracement at the 618 zone. And so now price may have the momentum to make its way up to the matching D extension. So if this were to play out, and I'm just going to go where price is right now, you're probably looking at, what is that, 1,500 pips? Let me put that back. Yeah, 1,500 pips or so to hit that zone. But let's complete the analysis, because we can't trade just based off of that. We got to see what's going on the lower time frames. All right, so we did the daily. Let me see if I can get this to go down. So I'm going to link this down to the lower time frame. So this fib sequence, I won't have to redraw it over. It'll automatically transfer down and it won't continue to break down. So I'm going to go down to the 4 hour. And so it lets me see the higher time frame of where we are. Let me zoom out. All right, so this is our current sequence. What I want to see too, though, is I want to see where we are as far as, let me go back up. I want to see where we are as far as the fibs on the way down. Have we hit a matching extension? And so just a side note, you'll see this area is green because this provides a higher risk to reward taking an entry off of one of these levels. Right, so the 50, 61.8, 78.6, and 8.6, rather than taking it off the 23.6 and 38.2. That's a part of your rules. You know, do you take entries off the 38.2 or do you wait for a 50 or 61.8 or deeper in order to enter? What was that doing? Oh, so I want to see if we like hit an extension to the downside for the fibs. So I'm looking at, let's see, we had A, we had B, we pulled back just before the 786, so this is still considered a 618D extension. Or actually, let me see. Let me zoom in, make sure we didn't hit it. I don't think we did. Yeah, I don't think we did. I think it's shy just a couple pips. So we didn't hit the matching D extension for this level, but we stalled out the 127, 118. That looks like almost a 786 pullback. Okay, so we hit, I would say, what did I do? What did I get rid of? There we go, my 4 hour. And let me delete this. So, but we got strong rejection off this level. And you see price was bullish for, how many days is that? How many days? 21 days? Wow. Woof. 500 pips, 21 days. That's pretty dope. Okay. All right. So let me get my markers back. All right. So price was bullish for all that time. It's got to correct at this point. So I'm going to put a fib on this to the upside, see where we are. And yeah, this is another one of those. Let me see if I can. I don't want to delete this though. Can I just make, let me see if I can make this lighter. I want to make these lighter. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Hopefully y'all can see. Can you see this? A down here at 1315 and the B at the 13572. We had a slight pullback. Maybe if I go down to a lower time frame, this will show up. No, it broke it down. So let me go back to the daily because I didn't link it down. So let me link this down. Link object, lower time frame. And then let me go to the 4 hour. All right. Nah, it still broke it down. Interesting. Maybe I didn't do it right. but let me get the point across. So this is what we're looking at. We had A low, B high. We had less than a 38.2 pullback. So this is 23.6. We got a clear rejection up here. You see that big old wick price push down. And so now we're heading down. And what we typically see is a deeper retracement, at least to the 38.2. And the 38.2 is our 4-hour level. This level right here, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse, but this level right here is a 38.2. This is the 4-hour level. So we anticipate, and I counter trend trade. So I'm in this for a sale right now. And so I'm going to trade down to the 38.2. Price may go deeper at the 61.8, but this is a level in here. This is the 4-hour level. So it wouldn't surprise me if price continued to the 38.2 and then took off and hit the matching extension, which would be here. So let me go in. That's the daily, right? So you're like, okay, well, we know price has to correct. Let me go ahead and grab I need a ray. All right, so I'm gonna take it from the swing high to the next touch of a swing high without cutting through candles. And so I got touch, and we did cut through candles here, but we didn't cut through candles before price reached the next swing high. Now, if I want to double check this, I'm going to delete it off. I'm going to go ahead and it may draw. I think it's going to draw it different. Let me see. So I'm going to get my smart trend line. I'm going to go to the highest point. Then I'm going to stretch across, and then I can extend it out. And you see that this actually drew the same setup that I had, right? And so smart trend lines are amazing. I struggled with drawing trend lines for the longest because I didn't know how they were supposed to be drawn. But this is helpful. So on the daily, we have this setup where I think price may reverse, and I would look to trade. I'm telling y'all what I would do. I'm not telling you what you should do. So please don't message me if you get into this trade and you don't know what's going on. I would safely, I'm setting up for now here. This is a 260 pip move. I don't know. Price may, no, I think price has to come back. That's what I think. So, but let me go down to the lower time frame and see what's happening. Yeah, so this is A, this is B. Price is trying to find a C right now. It's approaching the 38.2. And so it's trying to figure out what it want to do. Let me see. So I want a trend line, and I want it on the daily, and I'm gonna do one on the actually I want it on the 4-hour. So you see how these fibs broke down. This is the level that we're targeting for the retracement before we decide if price, or we see, not we decide, if we see if price is going to make it to its final D extension on the higher time frame. But price is approaching this 38.2, and it looks like it's potentially losing steam, but it might be reversing to come back down. So I'm gonna grab my ray. I'm going to draw from the swing low to the next touch, which is here, right here, this A. And again, if you want to double check it, and I'll move this over because it actually shouldn't be drawn this way. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Okay, there we go. Oh, but I'm cutting through candles. So it should be here. And what I'm looking at, I want to make sure I don't cut through candles. So I'm going to get rid of this fib because I already know where my long-term target is. And let me make sure I actually have this on the way it's supposed to be. So I want to put it at the swing low to the next swing low. Lord have mercy. I'm going to just do the smart trend line because this is getting on my nerves. All right, and then I'll extend it. Let's see. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Excuse me for using the Lord's name in vain. Okay. All right, so this is my trend line, and it looks like we're breaking this trend line. It looks like we are breaking this trend line. Let me bring this down to 1. I don't like my lines too heavy, and then I'm gonna bring this down to a gray. Okay, that's on the 4 hour. And then I would take from the last touch to the next. Oh, no, not that. I would take from the last touch to the next touch, which is exactly what we have here. So if we go from this swing low to this touch right here, then you have your, if I could get this thing to act right. Hold on, y'all. Let me try this again. So I'm going to go from here to here. So we broke through, we got to pull back. And so there we go. All right. I hope I haven't lost you. But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for price. It looks like on the 4 hour that we have closed below this trend line, but with a potential to possibly retrace before continuing down. So what I want to do though is I want to see on the hourly. I'm gonna go down. Oh yeah, look. Let me line this up just a little bit better. Yep, we don't want to cut through. I think that's right. I'm trying to get it. You can't get it perfect, but I try. So I'm gonna leave it alone. But this is the fill. You see price broke through, retraced to move sideways, and then drop some more. So what we may see, I want to see where we are on the fib sequence for this. So this is the current fib. A, B, we got a 23.6 pullback. It looks like, or no, that's the 38.2. That's the 38.2 pullback. And so we would anticipate that price would continue down to this matching D extension. So let me zoom in so y'all can see. All right. So we had, let me get a line. Trend line. We're going to lock it. So we had A, B. We pulled back to the 38.2. Right? That's what it looks like. And so I would anticipate that price would make it to this level, this matching D extension right here. I'm hovering around it, the red in the purple zone. That's our hourly potential support that we drew out. And now that we're using the fibs, we see that there's confluence with what we drew. Remember those swing highs and those swing lows in this fib level. So I'm going to take this off, and I just want to make sure that we actually hit the 38.2. I'm pretty confident we did, but I'm just going to double check. And so this is right here. Yeah, we hit it. We went above it. Cool. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. We're going to hit this target, and then we're probably going to pull back. And then I would like to see price break below this level and make it to our target here. But right now I am trading the counter trend trade on this. I'm gonna go back up to a higher time frame and draw this out, not the 8 hour. I'm gonna go and let me delete this. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna delete it. All right. So what I anticipate seeing is that we're gonna hit this level. We may likely do a pullback and then break through and then retest and then hit. That's what I would love to see. So that's what I would like to see. I would like to see a break through this level and then a pullback, and then this would be my target. Now, you may be able to, I might take partial profit here. No, because this is a level. This is a 4 hour level. So I would take profit there. And as far as how I would enter this trade, I would wait for a price to hit the target, this 618, and then I would wait for a new high to form. So I would wait for it to pull back and then enter on that pullback. So if I was looking at this, let me take this off. I would imagine once we get down here, it's probably going to pull back, maybe somewhere around there. And so I feel like, why can't I get this to work? Oh, there we go. So That's 90 pips to potentially earn 216, 217 if you're not already in it. But you gotta wait. You gotta wait for this to set up in order for you to enter. Wait for a new high, and then I'd be looking for a potential sale, at least to that level. Now, price can go deeper, but because this is a Lord, I can't get it together today. But because this is like in confluence with, you know, our 4-hour level, and it's the 38.2, like we may get price some rejection off this level and then move up for the buy. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to I might actually post this, but I'm thinking that this is bearish. So let me know what you guys think. How are you playing this? If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up. I know that this was a little bit long. I apologize. Amazon threw me all the way off. But I hope it was helpful to you. If it was, please give it a like. And if you know somebody who can benefit from this information, please make sure to share it with them. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.